backstage at the machine shop with the Creakers. What's happening, fellas?
How's it going?
So, if you guys watched the most recent episode, obviously we did an artist spotlight on these guys, and just super looking forward to seeing them live for the first time. And Flint, Michigan Machine Shop, smaller venue, like the venue up in Cadillac, but great location to catch artists and be able to have that more intimate feel. Not as crazy as like a big stadium show, but not as chill as a listening room. Kind of middle of the road. What when you guys play venues, are you guys more in line with something like this, or do you guys like more like the Station Inn that's chill, it's quiet, the sign saying, "Hey, this ain't a honky tonk, chill and listen to the music" kind of thing?
Well, we turned the station into a honky tonk.
It wasn't very quiet very long. We're definitely not a listening room type band.
Right.
You know,
We
like to fill off the crowd a lot.
we can be if we're like specifically asked to, but we're generally not.
Right. So you guys are more in line with something like this, which
Right.
tonight's going to probably be
Yeah.
a lot more rowdy than a listening room would be.
Oh yeah.
Nice. So you guys did 4 nights Station Inn. Then you guys went to Columbus. Was that after that, or Indianapolis first?
Hi-Fi Indy,
Okay.
and then Columbus last night, and here today.
And where are you heading from here?
Home.
Back home. You get a little bit of time off to rest and relax,
5
or
days.
5 days?
We'll be in Columbia, South Carolina on Saturday.
Okay, nice. And then for the rest of the summer, you guys got, I'm pretty sure I've seen you guys are on for Hastings, Michigan for Rock the Country, right?
Yep.
Okay. And you guys got any other Rock the Country dates, or is that?
I think that's the only one.
We have one in Alabama.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Rock the South or something.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
one of those big festivals.
Right.
Like that, but it's in Alabama, so.
Okay. And so how do you guys feel about festivals versus like venue shows? Is that kind of even better for you guys? It's going to be a little more rowdy and
I like the festival scene.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
I love venues like this, but the festival seems pretty cool.
We play off the crowd a lot, like so. The more energy the crowd's got, the more we can
yeah.
put out on stage. I guess.
Right. Yeah, we did Rock the Country last year. Loved it. It's not the perfect place, in my opinion. It's a bitch to get in and out of there. So if you're staying overnight camping there, great. But if you're not, we sat in line in traffic for like 3 hours. Missed 2 artists. Fortunately, we were close enough to hear them, but didn't even get in time
That's
to
insane.
catch them. So a little different. We used to have Faster Horses here in Michigan that was at Michigan International Speedway. You had multiple ways in, all these campgrounds, like 40,000 people. But Live Nation did away with that 2 years ago. Said they were taking a year off, and then everyone knows what that means. That's a done deal, and everyone looks surprised this year when they're like, "Oh, we're canceling again." Like, yeah, that was going to happen anyway, and they canceled Watershed up in was that Washington State, I think, as well too. But anyway, tell us a little bit. I was talking to you guys. Obviously, I said on the podcast, like, I didn't know how to really put my finger on what you guys are. It's bluegrass, but it's different, but it's still bluegrass. And you guys were saying, like, yeah, we just, I think you called it creek grass is what you said it is, right?
Not your papaw's bluegrass.
Not your papaws. There you go.
That's a good way to put it, Lord.
Well, I mean, when we started, we wasn't a bluegrass band at all.
No.
You know, that's all, for the most part, that's all I've ever played. It's all Jagger's ever played. But it started out, me and Alan was a duo for a while.
Okay.
And then that kind of, you know, he moved to Tennessee for work. I started shoeing horses full time, and but I was still just doing solo stuff. And then, I don't know, I was playing somewhere one night in Harrogate,
Shelly
Tennessee.
bells.
Yep. Shelly Bells on the River, and Alan showed up just to watch me. And we wound up doing a bunch of songs, and one thing led to another, and he had been playing with them, just more or less water, just sitting around the campfire.
Drinking beer and jamming.
Yeah, and I had some gigs lined up. I was like, hell, boys, I already got gigs lined up, let's just start playing.
Okay. So it was kind of accidental almost, really.
Yeah, and we was a 4-piece, you know, we'd do some bluegrass stuff, but we was just country, just
Bar
whatever.
band,
We had bar music, you know, we
Okay.
played a lot of those. Where was,
Hey, Randy Wagon Wheel.
where was the first?
Yeah.
Where was the first show at?
Moose Saloon, Cumberland Gap, Tennessee.
For $100.
For $100.
$100.
We dodged fights all night long. I mean, they about knocked the damn bars.
Oh, it was like that. It was about like that Toby Keith song. I love this bar.
Yeah.
He's playing and dodging beer bottles.
Yeah.
Kind of like
That
that
was
old movie
pretty much
Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, he's dodging beer bottles left and
It
right.
was about as big as this little place we're in right now.
Oh, Jordan knows all about it. He probably played there more than I have.
Nope.
Oh, you ain't?
I know. I knew better.
And so you guys were doing primarily country at that time.
Yeah, just whatever.
Whatever you guys wanted to play.
And then it come up to we going to put an album together, and we had some stuff we wanted some banjo on, stuff we wanted some fiddle on, and me and Jagger knew Scott for hell all our life pretty much, and got him on it mainly just to do that album. We really wasn't looking for a full-time banjo man, and we really wasn't looking for a full-time fiddle player.
Right.
It just kind of happened. That's about how everything that's ever happened
That's
to
the
this
good
band.
thing about
It just kind of happened.
It's all just
We've not sought out nothing. We've not looked, we've not really had goals. We just play music.
No game plan. You guys
Yeah.
are just like, we're here to do this.
If we had a game plan, it would have all went to hell.
I love that though, because
It's not like our set list.
yeah. So
we rarely ever follow a set list, dude.
I've always felt like, especially with bluegrass, and you guys nail it with like the optics on the porch and stuff like that. Like that's always been in the back of my mind. Like, man, you just really drive into like some town and like some people are just sitting around picking and grinning. Like that'd be great to just hop from property to property hearing that shit, because you get so many people that have no aspirations of being a musician, but they're really fucking good at what they do. And it sounds like that was kind of what you guys were doing, just having fun and amazingly fucking talented at what you guys do, and put together something accidentally that is fucking phenomenal.
Well, the biggest thing, like where we're from in Leslie County, Kentucky, like that was the thing that happened back in the day. Everybody would each holler, they would go back in there and pick music, because there wasn't nothing else to do.
Right.
And they was damn good musicians, that never seen
Anything.
they never seen the city. They never would leave the holler that they
We,
was born and raised in.
Back when I was first coming up, Jagger went to the same places every night of the week. You could go to a different town, just 10 miles down the road or 20 miles on past it, and there'd be a jam in every town going on.
It'd be a little DAV center or
Yep.
firehouse.
Yeah, fire department, or we had the auction house in Hyden where we're from. But every day except for Monday and Tuesday, from Wednesday on until Saturday night, you could find a jam in every town within a 50 mile radius.
Wow.
And every one of those guys come up, we'd be picking with some guys that toured with Bill Monroe in the 50s, or guys that, hell, I used to go to a jam. Dave Evans would be sitting there. I was scared to death of him, I was amazed by him, because he was a hero, but
Right.
I was scared to death of him. I wouldn't much, I would just mostly just watch him, but just, it was untelling some of the guys that would show up.
And still like that now, or no? Not so much.
All those guys.
All them guys
they
has died off. Most of them.
Younger
So-
generation.
So it's up to you guys now then.
Yeah, more or less, I guess.
It's like,
I'll be shit out of luck.
No, I mean, I think there's something to that, like kind of keeping that alive, right? And even though it's not, what'd you say, not your papa's
Yeah.
bluegrass, even though it's not that fully traditional sound, like you guys are still doing it,
Yeah.
right? So to some extent, you guys are keeping with that tradition, and there's going to be younger people that are going to hear your guys' sound and be like, oh shit, that's way cooler than what I remember it being when I was younger listening to it. I want to get into that.
Well,
I think I'm a prime example of that. Like,
Yeah.
before I started playing it, I hated bluegrass. Hated it.
Okay.
And, when we started playing it and diving more into it, and I figured out that, you can make it what you want it to be.
Right.
So, we just kind of flew with it and went, and now I love it. So,
you're still learning.
I'm still learning.
Too, man, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, bluegrass musicians, and I'm not saying putting like any hate towards any other musician, but you go sit down at a bluegrass jam at a festival somewhere, and like everybody around you can pick, and I mean pick. So
It's a
Right.
different atmosphere, man.
it's crazy.
And everybody's remotely friendly too.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
one thing about the bluegrass community and the bluegrass circle.
Yeah, for
I've
the
not
most
met
part.
tight
one,
knit.
you know, very few people that's, you know, pretty much just like a family oriented genre, really, I would say.
Yeah, well, I've always felt like it doesn't have the burden of Nashville.
Right.
And kind of that music
lacking that
machine
mainstream.
that kind of dictates how things
Yeah.
go. It's like bluegrass is like, whatever, go ahead and do that. We're going to sit over here and do our own fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, you'll go into a circle and see a 8-year-old boy picking a banjo, and then a 67-year-old man picking a banjo too. And it's just like, it's very opening with welcome arms to
Right.
everybody. To me, it is. So.
Yeah, and I've seen that before in videos and stuff with kids jamming, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, hell,
Like,
we got in the jam with Spigma back in, first February, whatever it was. Walked in there, and they was a 12-year-old boy in there was a better musician than I'll ever be. Like, it
All
was,
of us combined.
oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, any one of them, I could have picked out, and a bunch of them I knew. I could have picked out 100 that I knew or knew them. You know, might not know them close, but, you know, knew who they were.
Right.
There's a lot of people there I knew really good that, well, I mean, could smoke any one of us, you know, and
just doing it for fun and nothing else.
yeah, and they're just doing it for fun, you know, and, you know, none of us are the best at what we do. We just like to do it. We love it is the thing.
Yeah.
I can name 150 guitar players better than me, or 150 banjo players better than Scott, or a half a dozen fiddle players better than Anna, but we all like to do it.
Right.
We love to do it.
Well, and I think
And
in any music that comes through, right? When people are genuine and they're not trying to be someone they're not, you know, and I've seen that, you know, because I'm a music junkie, and I've seen people that the industry has pushed a certain way, right? Because the Nashville algorithm says this or says that. So you need to put out this, you need to put out that. And artists do that. And I think for most people, unless you're just one of these, what I call TikTok only junkies, where all you listen to is 30 seconds of somebody, maybe that's fine for you. But people that really kind of dig in and love music for what it is can see through an artist that's not genuine, and see through an artist that is just kind of putting on an act, if you will, for selling a record, versus like, hey, I'm out here having a damn good time. And I've seen some of your guys' stuff that you've put on from shows you've done, and it looks like, and I can't wait to see it myself, it looks like you guys are legitimately having fun, not that you're here doing your job, right? Like, I go to work because I got to go to work, right? And that's what most people do. And you see some artists that when they're on stage, it's like they're at work. They're not enjoying
Going
this.
through the motions.
Right. And it looks like you guys are like, we're just fucking here to have fun. Like, yeah, we're getting paid to do it, but we're enjoying the shit out of it. So, and that kind of transcends all of that other nonsense that goes along with, you need to grab, I thought you were needing to get some whiskey, but all right. So that's, that to me is what really makes music special, is when the people, you can tell the people performing are really into it and enjoying what they're doing.
And I think the reason this genre is flowing so well right now is people want that real sound. They want the authenticity of bluegrass music.
A lot of people
We
tired
have
of the fake drums and
They want to hear something real, and we got to give credit to Billy Strange. You know,
He's a
set
Michigan
the
boy.
tone. He set the tone
Yeah.
for what we're doing. If it wasn't for him,
well,
it wasn't completely dead,
even like
but it was a
Tectonic.
dying
it was
art.
dying, and you know, it was dying.
25 years ago.
Well, it was dying when Old Brother Warthow came out. And I can say without a doubt that if it wasn't for Old Brother Warthow coming out, I probably wouldn't even play the guitar right now.
Okay.
I hold that.
Right.
That is what made me. I was 2 or 3 when it came out. And I completely hold that responsible for me wanting to. Like, I have a lot of people in my family that plays music.
Yep.
I have a grandfather in the a great grandfather recorded in the damn Smithsonian in 1938 by Alan Lomax playing the banjo. Like,
Oh, wow.
Music's deep in my family,
Yeah.
but I don't know that I would have ever learned if it wasn't for,
George Clooney.
George Clooney and well,
Dan Comiskey.
Dan Comiskey.
Dan Comiskey.
Obviously, I didn't know that when I was 3, but
Right.
if it wasn't for that movie, I probably wouldn't have learned, wanted to learn how to play it.
Well, on that note, how did the rest of you get into music when like at your earliest memory?
For me, like, I started playing guitar and singing a little bit when I was 12, 13 years old. And then I actually started playing a lot with mine and Tanner's little cousin. He's a heck of a guitar picker.
I more or less taught him how to play, and then he just passed me up. It makes me mad now. He's so good. He's so good.
And then me and Tanner was a great apart and never really spent that much time together when we was in high school, but we graduated high school and joined the same band, and we've been like this since. Like, we've been together ever since.
Okay.
So I've learned a lot from Tanner, honestly.
You can tell our story, Jay. Go ahead, man.
Say Cardinal Singers, I know you.
So, Ashton, if you don't know, this is my little brother. We're brothers, unfortunately. But I grew up, me and Tanner was in the same circle, playing bluegrass a lot and going to jams and stuff. And I had an old guy that mentored me and helped mentor Tanner some
He's
too.
my first fiddle player.
And his name was Lish Collett. If it wasn't for Lishy, I probably would have never played music. But just like going to them old guys and learning all this stuff, that's where it all started for me. And like the first band I was ever in, I guess I was 11, 12.
Oh, good.
And Scott was the banjo player. He was our banjo player now. He was the banjo player in that band. It was called Kentucky Salt Creek. And we played these little festivals, man. I guess we were awful bad.
I've got the CD.
They would book us at a couple festivals around.
I've got the CD at the house with Jagger's picture on it.
Yeah, I remember doing that, man. We was in the head of some fucking holler in Letcher County. Like as
Blackie.
deep as you could
He
go.
was
in
up
Blackie.
Blackie at Blackie days.
And we was at this dude's house. And I remember he had this big, huge ass fireplace. And we set mics and shit up. We recorded that whole album right there that day. There might be 8 or 9 songs on it. I was a little boy.
You were like 12, 13 years
Yeah,
old doing
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Wow.
And then, man, I was so scared to sing. I could still sing. I mean, I could sing. I still can't sing very good, but I tried. But I wouldn't open my damn mouth. There's no way. You couldn't have pried a word out when I was on stage. I'd stand up there and I played guitar a little bit then. I'd stand there and play strong. Hell no. You couldn't have got me to sing shit.
Now they can't get you to shut up.
Well, see, that's bad luck.
Hey, don't feel bad. I hear that from people. I don't sing worth a shit, but just talking in general, people are like, "You talk too much."
If you start hearing me talk on the microphone, you better look at the sound guy and say mute it, because I can't talk.
Turn him down if you would, just a little bit.
A little bit.
And that's the one thing we always ran our own sound. You'd look over and Alan would be turning him down, just trying to do it, real.
Gradual.
He would be over
Oh,
sliding that
Hey,
thing.
fade him out. Fade him out.
When we was playing little dive bars and stuff, it really didn't matter. I mean, we was
They
playing,
wouldn't listen to us much.
they probably wasn't listening. We was playing for $100. It didn't matter if we did get dive drunk. Well, drunker Jagger get, louder get. You just have to turn him down.
It's still like that every now and then. Go ahead and tell your story, little brother.
I don't have some big, amazing old time story like that.
Yeah, you do.
No,
Tell them the first instrument you played.
so when I was in elementary school, I played the trumpet. So
I didn't know this until about a month ago.
Oh, the video was great.
in like 6th grade, after 2 years into my apprenticeship with trumpet, I had surgery on my ear because I'm deaf in this left ear. I couldn't play trumpet in my healing process, so
What?
my band teacher put me on drums. So ever since then, through my middle school and high school years, I just played drums. And I got out of high school, and Alan and Jagger were like, "Can you play a box?" I was like, "Sure, I'll try."
What's a box?
A cajon. And
Cojones. There you go, Jesse.
What was your first cajon? Do you remember?
Pearl,
The red one with the paint splatters on it?
yeah.
I remember it. Then you had the green.
I ordered it sitting in your camper.
I guess Nate and Mark Smallwood had the first cajon I ever remember seeing. Like, that's a very uncommon thing where we're from. I don't
beer can.
There's
I don't
one
guess it's
person-
very common anywhere.
There's one person that I think, like, kind of founded it, like, around where we live, and his name is Christopher Bentley. He's in a band called Sunday Best.
Really? You gotta check
You
it
know,
out.
Sunday best?
Yeah.
Sunday best.
Sunday best. Okay.
Sunday
They
best
spell
opened
it-
the door for
yeah.
Eastern Kentucky
Yeah,
music.
I will say they knocked the walls down for, I mean, they were before
Chris
Stapleton,
Tyler
Childers, Sturgill. I will say they paved the way, so.
Shout out to Big Chris, man.
Yeah.
Big game.
I hope OKB sees this.
But, yeah, I will say he was the first person I can say that, you know, played the cajon, so, and done well at it, so.
I'd never heard of one until I seen
Yeah.
him.
I mean, yeah, that's my story essentially.
And so when you guys go back home, some of these old timers still got to be around. I'm sure some have passed on, but
There's not any of them around, really.
none of them
Scott
anymore?
was probably the youngest old timer. You know, we got him old timer.
He's probably the last.
Scott's younger than my dad,
Okay.
and but Scott's probably one of the last ones that ran around in the same
circles.
same circuit.
I mean,
Okay.
there's none of them alive.
No.
I'd say
Vernon's gone. I could maybe name one or two that's still.
Kurt Allen.
Alvin Stacy's still going.
Yeah, Allen Stacy might be the only one
Al
that I really
probably-
remember.
What do the locals think of what you guys are doing versus kind of the traditional? Are they embracing it like everyone else?
hell, I
seems
walk
to
in
be?
the
You gotta
grocery store.
understand
If
where
Mayor
we're
Allen
from.
walks in the grocery store, Elvis Presley might have just walked in. I mean,
Well-
that's how they act.
Yeah.
Where we're from, and that's the cool thing about where we live. Like,
our hometown has a population of 186 people.
286.
286.
280.
Shit.
like you know, almost
right now.
everybody. Like if
Yeah.
like me and Ashton live on a place called Jack's Creek. If we see a damn car go down the road,
Oh, that's,
we know who it is.
yeah.
Just,
Okay.
and that's cool. I really enjoy that. Because you know, somebody steals your jug of weed or gas, you know who got your damn jug of gas. I mean, like seriously, that's how it is around home.
Yeah.
And a lot of that shit happens every now and then, but like people like what we're doing and they're proud of it and they
I was
really
saying, it's got
embrace
to be
it.
almost like family
Yeah,
where
right.
they're all rooting for you than being from a small town.
Yeah, they're.
It's a little aggravating sometimes when you go try to get you a roll of bologna or something at the safe.
I had to sign a receipt.
I've had to sign quite a few autographs and save a lot with a jug of milk and a loaf of bread in my hand.
Yeah.
But that's what it's all about, man.
But I don't buy it.
It's nice having the people there, to back you and support you. Our little town definitely supports us a lot
Right.
where we're from.
And you guys got kind of switching gears a little bit. You guys got a song on Gavin Adcock's new project, right?
Yeah.
How did that come to be?
We're on the same label,
Yeah.
Okay.
and
We met him.
we met him and we kind of just hit it off,
We talked about deer hunt.
Yeah, we talked about deer hunting and write songs and drinking beer.
He's a nice dude, man.
Yeah,
He
he's a
is
cool guy. I mean, he gets a lot of shit, but he's a really good dude.
I met him briefly at CMA Fest last year, and he was real cool.
Oh, yeah, he totally can be.
He's out there at the celebrity softball game with a fucking beer helmet, playing the fucking game with the beer helmet on. And every inning, he would take one of them out that still had beer in it, and he'd leave it on first base because Zach Top was on the other team, and he'd come out and grab the beer off first place, fucking chug the beer.
That sounds awesome.
But we met him and just through the people that we have that work for him and us,
Yeah.
we just got asked to do it.
That album's gonna be fire.
That album is going to be really good.
And you guys did Kentucky Bluebird for that, right?
I mean, there's no way we could not show
You gotta
something
go
for
with a
Keith
Kentucky
Whitley.
artist, man.
Right. Well,
We're from about 2 hours south of where Keith was born and raised at.
and I'm pretty sure I seen a video of you guys somewhere. I don't remember where I saw it, but somebody was asking you guys each like who your top
Right.
artists were. Yeah, your Mount Rushmore. That's what it was. I think every one of you guys said Whitley, except for one. Someone didn't say it because he'd already been said.
Probably me.
I don't remember which one it was. Somebody's like, well, he was already said, so obviously that's a given.
I'll say this wholeheartedly. If Keith Whitley hadn't died at such a young age, he would have been the greatest person to ever sing country.
Waylon Jennings said
Ever
the
in the
day,
world.
the day
Yeah,
Keith
I
Whitley
can't
died.
argue that.
The day Keith Whitley died, Waylon Jennings saw it on TV and said the greatest country singer that ever lived just died.
Yeah.
And that's because he truly was, man. Nobody ever sang like
Well, because he learned, and I'm
yeah.
I'm gonna be a little biased towards the bluegrass. He learned how to sing from Ralph Stanley.
Yeah.
More or less, he learned how to sing by
I mean, his first
working.
gig was with him and Ricky Skaggs.
Yep.
And that's what's so cool too, to see somebody like him. And he was essentially kind of
Back
like
up.
what we done, you know. He had the bluegrass roots and then broke off and started doing his own thing, kind of.
We just kind of we kept the band.
We kept the roots a little more in it
Yeah.
than Keith Whitley did.
Right.
You know, like,
I mean, that's good. Good music to come from, though. Is
well, you learn a lot,
rich-
man. Like people can read music. There ain't a damn one of us can read music.
I don't know the
besides
first
that.
thing. I don't know how to read nothing.
And like,
Yeah.
I barely can read my name,
Don't know nothing about that.
but I really can't read
We're
music.
still trying to teach him how to write.
playing in bluegrass jams, like the improv and just hearing it, hearing the changes and shit. It's
Feeding
just
off
there,
the
feeding off the
I
energy.
mean, that's the way I
of
learned. I
other
learned the
players.
hard way.
And that helps, you know.
I learned by
lot of
watching them
people
and
can't
listening
play.
to them. I couldn't.
A lot of people can't just come into a jam and play with somebody, you know. But when you do it, you learn. It helps a lot.
Yeah, over the years, I've heard of a number of artists that can't read sheet music and
Right.
never have, and they just pick it up off the sound, which is
Right.
so crazy to think about, you know, really. And obviously, you guys are doing it, but I grew up, and I'll probably catch some hell for this one, but when I was in elementary school, I grew up, my mom played the cello, and my grandma played the cello and the piano. And so when I was in elementary school, my mom was like, well, you should play the violin. And so in elementary school, I played the violin for a couple of years and learned how to read sheet music and everything back then.
Well, at least
And-
it wasn't the trumpet.
Yeah, I told him. I said, I thank the Lord every day that you learned how to play something besides the trumpet.
That might sound
Which
odd
I'm
with
not
you
gonna
guys.
say, man. Hey,
I would.
there's
wish-
some trumpet players that are bad habits.
Oh yeah, but he's not one.
He's
of
not one of them.
I ain't knocking trumpet players, but he's not one, so I won't knock him all I can. I would wish you would learn it just enough so I can do Ring of Fire. Yeah, that would be awesome.
You know, I think across the road I seen a resale store. We can go see if they got one over
We'll
there
get
and bring it
one.
over
We'll
for a
practice
night.
up.
We'll make Tanner pay it for him. A little harder, Tanner.
Yeah.
So I'll wrap this up so you guys aren't stuck doing this the whole time before the show. But is there anything that we didn't cover that you want people to know as we put this out?
Big things are coming.
Yeah.
Big things are coming. Yeah, that's an obvious thing for sure. I think you guys are
I
gonna.
think a lot of stuff will be announced this month, though.
We got some big announcements coming.
Yeah.
Oh, any sneak peeks on any of those announcements?
No.
All
And,
tight lip record label says no, you can't say nothing
Yeah.
yet.
I will say this.
313 and 316, watch the dates for those.
Yeah.
Okay,
313
13th and the 16th.
And we're going to be in a lot of states this year we've never been to.
All right, well, we'll be sharing that on the 13th and the 16th when they got announcements coming out. So thank you guys. I appreciate your time sitting down talking, and thanks for the whiskey as well. And we're going to head into a show here in a minute.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Thanks, Carl.